Well, here I am at Hartwood Acres. And Hartwood Acres is located in Indiana Township in northeast Allegheny County.
Hartwood Acres, built during the Roaring Twenties. The Roaring Twenties were a time in American history that were sandwiched in between the dark clouds of World War I and the depths of the Great Depression. Completed in 1929, this English Tudor-style home gives visitors a glimpse into life during the Roaring Twenties. Architect Alfred Hopkins designed this home for John and Mary Flynn Lawrence. Located 10 miles northeast of downtown Pittsburgh, Hartwood Acres sits on 629 beautiful acres. Mary Flynn Lawrence enjoyed a privileged lifestyle. She was the daughter of Pennsylvania Senator William Flynn. If you ever driven up Route 8, chances are you probably saw signs with his name on it. That's because the highway was named after the late senator. Flynn passed away in 1924. Mary inherited lots of money. That would be today's equivalent of $23 million. Shortly after receiving the inheritance, Mary and her husband John purchased 479 acres. Jeffrey S. Lawrence is the grandson of Mary Flynn Lawrence. As a child, he has fond memories of visiting his grandparents, John and Mary Flynn Lawrence, at the mansion. In 1969, Allegheny County purchased the property from Mary Flynn. However, there were two stipulations. One was Mary and her servants would live at the property until her death. And two, the land can never be subdivided. Mary passed away in 1974, and Hartwood Acres opened to the public 2 years later in 1976. Take note, Mary Flynn Lawrence was a conservationist. She had 96,000 pine saplings planted on the property. Today, visitors enjoy events or hiking on the miles of trails. Continue to watch my video so you can see the beauty of this Allegheny County gem.
I know it's a dreary fall day, so I'm going to be checking out some of the hiking trails, so join in. It's the house, one of the homes. I am at beautiful Hartwood Acres. It's a cool, blustery fall day, feels like November. And this is the sculpture garden. And this here is the mansion. And this can be rented out for events from May to October. Craftsmanship is just beautiful. Just gonna snap some pictures. And this here is the focal point. And this is where you can have an outdoor event like a wedding or a shower. And I remember for many years they used to have the Christmas lights, which were beautiful. They discontinued them, I think, in like 2012. I think 2012 was the last year. Or 2011. I did take my kids whenever they were little. They don't remember because my son was 4 and my daughter was an infant. I just remember my son saying how beautiful the lights were, just like his sister. That was precious. So today I'm just going to explore the grounds. Wow, just watch your step. This is cobblestone. Just beautiful, and it's a historic landmark. They even have the plaque. Now this is opulence. And above the door, they even have the year in Roman numerals. I think X is 10, so 10, 20, and then there's an X, and then there's a 1, so that's 1929. Mary Flynn Lawrence Formal Garden. Wow. Marigolds still look nice. It's just beautiful, all those plants. Wow. My marigolds are about the same. And they're hardy plants. They last until end of October, early November. And right near the mansion are some headstones, so it's like a small cemetery. Please be respectful. Definitely fall. Leaves are falling. Got a leafy shower. Oh, I just got hit in the face. These maples are just beautiful. I love all the different colors. But the grounds are just gorgeous. This is my first time here in daylight, because the last 3 times I was here was for the Christmas lights and it was dark. There's a beautiful contrast with the dark gray sky and the fall foliage. want to point out the bathrooms are in the trailer. And to flush, if you're looking to flush, there's a pedal you just press, which is more hygienic. And then the floor reminds me of the ramp to get on the plane at Orlando International Airport. Same kind of flooring in the ramp. I noticed the slightest detail. So just watch your step. Yeah, so the bathrooms are inside this trailer. I just want to point that out. I like to point some things out just so you're not surprised or that. I don't want you to have any unexpected surprises. Okay. There are a lot of trails in Allegheny County parks. They have them color coded. Oh, cool. There's an information center. So I'm going to grab something. Just lift this up. Just a little bit moist, but that's fine. It'll dry. And then the sculptures you see are part of the Carol R. Brown Sculpture Garden at Hartwood Acres Park. I do want to point out there is an audio tour you can do. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to explore the grounds. I believe down here are the stables. I just want to take a look at the barn. I saw pictures of it, but I want to check it out myself. See a greenhouse. This looks like a miniature version of the mansion. Still beautiful. Ooh, wind's gusting. I do want to point out that is a private residence. There's a bird's eye view. Beautiful barn. Doesn't even look like you or feel like you're in Allegheny County. Because when you think about Allegheny County, you think of downtown Pittsburgh, the Steelers, the confusing road network, the one bridge where you have like 3 feet to cross 5 lanes, tunnels, parkway, traffic, Steelers, Pirates, Penguins. But here, this is a beautiful corner of the county. Northeast Allegheny County is still surprisingly rural. And I think the reason the area isn't as built up as the western section is it's the distance from the airport. People like to be near 79 so they can get to town or the airport. Just beautiful. Here's something really unique. The Hartwood Acres Horse Cemetery. It's really different. So this is the area of the horse cemetery. Oh, I love horses. They're beautiful. Beautiful animals. grounds are just beautiful and very well maintained. According to the map, this must be the red loop. I don't see any markers or that. Oh, green loop. Yeah, as long as I'm on the trail, I'm happy. So there are green blazes on the trees. And my usual spiel, you want to watch out for rocks and exposed roots. Allegheny County has some beautiful hiking. And it's not a hike unless we see some fungus. Fungus makes the hike. I will highly suggest that you have a map or the All Trails app because these trails aren't well marked. Okay, I just checked my map. The left is the red alt loop and the right is the red loop. So I'm just going to go right. Wish it wasn't so windy, but still a perfect day for hiking. No bugs, no mosquitoes. You don't have to worry about seeing snakes. But even in the wintertime, like in January and February, if we get a day that's in the 60s or 70s, snakes will come out in sun. They don't hibernate, they brumate. And brumate means that they come out whenever the thermometer gets above a certain temperature. Some beautiful oak trees. Actually, I took the day off from work because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I got a clean bill of health. I'm like, I'm just going to take the day off, take a break, and just enjoy fall foliage. I did miss being in the sushi video this morning because Wednesdays we have $5 sushi. And it's at all 3 stores. Ooh. It's a unique fungus. Looks like chicken of the woods, but it's really faded. Ooh, I wonder what kind of bird that was. If I had the Merlin app, I could tell. You just record the sound and it tells you what kind of bird is overhead. And this is a nice mix of hardwood trees. I'm still gonna check myself for ticks because they are still out. Ooh. Okay, here I am, the Hartwood Acres Horse Cemetery. I was looking back there for any grave markers, but I guess they're up here. Oh. So, Andre and Sheila. Oh, faithful unto death and loved and loving. Oh. Please be respectful if you're hiking. And they were born 1944 and 1946. Oh. If they were still alive today, they'd be in their 80s. At least the one born in 1946 would be pushing 80. I've never saw a horse cemetery. Here's another fork in the trail, so I am just going to go to the right. There are some beautiful parks in northeast Allegheny County. You got Hartwood Acres, Beechwood Farms, which is operated by the Audubon Society, Harrison Hills, Emerling Park, and Deer Lakes Park. And they have miles of trails. Right now it feels like I'm on a ridge. Rocky section. Perfect day for hiking. Beautiful. Seeing scenes like this just makes me want to chug apple cider. In fact, I might get some tomorrow after work. Here's something weird. I have to sit outside on the deck and drink my apple cider. It tastes better outside. I sound like a broken record, but Allegheny County has beautiful hiking. And I'm just not saying that because I was born in Allegheny County. No, I mean it. Yeah, I was born at North Hills Pass event, 1977. And so far, it's nice and quiet. I don't hear any traffic. Just the sound of the wind blowing through the trees, the birds, and an occasional plane. That's it. Okay. Come into a road. And right now I'm just walking along Hartwood Acres Road until I find the next trailhead. And if you bring your dog, they must be on the leash. A lot of times the owner will say, "Oh, my dog's friendly. He or she won't bite anybody." But you can't trust animals. Yeah, I've been told that too, and then I got bit, almost. Oh, my dog's friendly. When I had my Toby, he was a Beagle Basset Hound. He was very, very docile. And I do miss him I miss him so much. But when I went to give him his ear medication, because Basset Hounds have long, floppy ears, he almost bit my finger. And he was so docile. You just can't trust an animal. You don't know how they're going to act. So just keep your dog on a leash. And what really irks me is when a dog is out of control and they bite somebody, the owners don't even care. They just walk away. That is just ignorant. So if you own a dog, be responsible. And for children, especially small children, do not pet a dog. Do not just assume that they're all going to bite. And I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer because I love dogs. But you just want to use caution. Okay, down there is the amphitheater and the meadow. So I'm going to hike my way back to the mansion. And you can see this is the blue loop. Ooh, is that chicken I see? Ba-ba, ba-ba. Why did I cross the trail? Or why? To see chicken of the woods. I don't think it is. No, it's not chicken. But it has the bright orange coloring like chicken of the woods. I don't know much about mushrooms, but I do know whenever the mushrooms are like that on the bottom, they are poisonous. Well, I don't like mushrooms to begin with. But a lot of people saute chicken of the woods in a little bit of butter. So my advice, don't eat the mushrooms. Yeah, don't eat them unless you know, absolutely know what you're doing. And right here is the off-the-leash exercise area. It's fenced in so you can let your four-legged friend run around, get some exercise. That's nice. There is an area where dogs can roam free because they need that exercise. They need to run around. Okay, I've come to another fork in the trail. I can go left, straight, or right, but I'm gonna choose to go straight. And this is the blue loop. I still have beef and barley soup left over, so that's what I'm eating whenever I get home. And for dinner, I think I'm going to make fried rice. Get the wok out I have a wok. If I have to use it on the side burner of the grill, because I have a smooth top electric range and I can't use the wok on my stove top. But I'll just fire up the gas burner on the side of the grill. Gas ranges do scare me. That's why I don't have one. I could have one if I wanted one. Having a gas furnace and gas hot water heater is more than I care for. Because gas always made me nervous. I know my parents, they say gas heats up faster. You can boil water in no time, but I'd rather wait a few extra minutes. Now, if there's a gas range outside, I would use it. But inside, that little flame just makes me nervous. It always did. And it always will. I will tell you, the element inside my oven, whenever it glows orange, that always scares me. Surprised how I can function. That was just my camera shutting off. I will tell you, I have some of the oddest fears. Things that should scare me don't. I mean, I'll go document a tornado-warned storm. I will climb the 80-foot fire tower at Cook Forest, hike over Kinsey Bridge to the end, be 300 feet up in the air, and not even be scared. But the things that do scare me, are you ready for this? The show Mork and Mindy scared me when I was real little. It's those black silhouette things at the beginning and his egg. That frightened me as a child. The song Mr. Sandman frightened me. Elevators scare me too. What else scares me? Oh yeah, Kinney Shoes. That store scared me as a child. I still don't know why. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Okay, I'm going to go straight. I'm going to stay on the blue loop. Oh, here's another thing that frightened me as a child. If you're from Butler, if you're over the age of 40, you probably remember the old Butler Mall. That's where Target's is right now, Butler Commons or Butler Crossings. Well, when you walked into the Butler Mall in the vestibule were those gray ball heaters. I think they were heaters. They terrified me. Now this was like a right of way or a road. I see things differently than most people. You see some of the bark missing on that tree? That's definitely from a deer. So if you see bark missing like that, either it's from a deer or a bear. Moving right along. Love the smell of fall. Too bad I couldn't get the smell through the video. That technology doesn't exist yet. Maybe it's a good thing or it doesn't, because what if it was a stinky odor? Pootinky. Oh, another place you want to check out, and this is actually down by Shaler, is Fall Run Park. That trail is an out and back trail, and you can see the beautiful waterfall which flows along Little Pine Creek. And Little Pine Creek is a tributary of the Pine Creek in Etna, the one that floods. And to see if that was a roadbed, I just gotta pull up historic county maps. Those maps will tell me if that was a roadbed at one time or a trolley line. Just beautiful. So tonight, whenever I'm all cuddled up, I will be looking up old maps. That looks like a connector trail. And that blaze means you stay to the right. A little bit of elevation, not too much. I've hiked a lot more strenuous elevations. This is nothing. Piece of cake. Continuing on the Blue Loop. And this is a continuation of what looks like an old roadbed or trolley bed. Trolleys, electric trolleys, were a form of transportation from the 1890s until the 1920s. And in the 1920s, cars were more affordable thanks to Henry Ford and his assembly line. Because before that, cars were a toy for the wealthy. But once cars were made affordable for the average family, people stopped riding trains and trolleys and bought their own set of wheels. Now, back then, there was only one car per family. Nobody had multiple cars. And cars were very basic. You were lucky to have working windshield wipers. Heat was an option. AC was non-existent. The method of air conditioning was you rolled down the windows and went 55 miles an hour. That's the form I usually use because the air in my car gives me a really bad headache. So I have to use the 5-5 method of AC. No GPS, so you had old-fashioned paper maps, which are sometimes more accurate than GPS. And I will say I never ever used GPS, and I probably never will. Because sometimes making the wrong turn, that's how you find your way. Now, GPS, if used correctly, can be a great tool for truckers. But you have to use common sense. If GPS is telling you to turn right on what looks like a logging road, don't turn right. Don't listen to it. Use your instinct. Because that's how a lot of people get stranded. They put their trust in GPS. And with the paper maps, a lot of oil companies gave out road maps to use. Okay, red loop. Okay, I just contradicted myself. I said earlier, sometimes making the wrong turn is how you find your way. Well, if you make a wrong turn, make sure it's a paved road and not a logging road. Well, I'm almost back at the mansion. Ooh, wonder what this is. Never know what you may find. Looks like a spring house. Okay, that's the white loop. Continues down over the hill. Next time I come, I might have to check out that loop. But for now, I'm gonna head back to the car and head home. Eat some hot soup. Great soup weather. Well, this concludes my hike. I sure hope you enjoyed my video. Get out there, enjoy the fall leaves before they fall off. And thank you for watching.